Welcome to the 2014 Amageza Rally. First held in 2011, the Amageza Rally is Southern Africa's only multi-day, multi-stage rally with a daily moving bivouac.
All of these riders that are actually taking place, most of these riders that are taking part in the Amageza Rally are from outside of the province. They are national people from Johannesburg and Cape Town, places like that. And I understand that there are some international guys also participating. So that means that people who may not have been in this area are actually exposed to this beautiful province of the Northern Cape. The Northern Cape is so vast and so beautiful, and we really invite anybody to actually come and experience the Northern Cape.
The Amageza Rally crosses a diverse variety of terrain: mountain ranges, dense African bush, giant salt pans, Karoo semi-desert, the world-renowned Namib Kalahari Desert, and the unforgettable Cape Coast. Amageza is the local South African Xhosa word for crazy, a vital ingredient you'll need to brave this grueling rally challenge and win through for a coveted finisher's medal.
We're undergoing technical verification and documentation verification. This is to ensure that the motorbike conforms with the rules of FIM and Motorsport South Africa. Initially, that they're checking the riders possess a competition license, which allows them to actually compete in this event. Then they're checking the bike mainly for the safety aspects, such as their brakes, ensuring that the riders have got water, helmets that conform to the international standards.
The 2014 Amageza Rally covered over 2,000 kilometers from the northern South African desert town of Upington over 5 full-length rally race days, overnighting at Askham, Kakamas, Springbok and Sutherland before arriving in Cape Town. Surrounded by desolate deserts and harsh landscapes, Upington is a fertile and lush oasis town. Limited to motorcycles and side-by-sides for 2014, from the 1st to the 2nd of November 2014, this beautiful Northern Cape town played host to the pre-race Amageza Rally festivities, including documentation, competitor scrutineering, briefings and the pre-race prologue.
Yeah, the prologue is quite short. It was 3 kilometers, but it's it's a bit for show for the spectators and for starting position. I do practice a little bit on a motocross track with the rally bike, so I do enjoy the jumps and the corners, and so yeah, I do enjoy that.
And the prologue, everyone went out there and they said they're going to just take it easy, not fall. And then when John said go, it was just full taps. Everybody. There was very few people that didn't race the prologue. I had such a fun time. I also went out there saying I wasn't going to race it. But as soon as we started and the roost was there, it was just chasing the whole way.
Upington hero and motocross star Henty Hanekom set a blistering time for the prologue, but was just beaten to the top position by Rian van Niekerk, with SA quad bike champion Brian Baragwanath surprising all by taking third on 2 wheels. Stage 1, Upington to Askham, 273 kilometers, liaison 94 kilometers, special 179 kilometers.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed the sand. I grew up racing off-roads in South Africa. We raced many desert races, similar conditions. So for me, the sand wasn't an issue. But then I must say I've been doing it my whole life. So I really enjoyed stage 1. Yeah, I must say the motorcycle I ride, the KTM 450 rally bike, is It's really durable and it's proven itself in Dakar, many Dakars, and yeah, I've got one goal coming here. I'm preparing for Dakar and I'm trying to get more time on the road book and you know, learn to navigate better.
Day one was a day with dunes and sand. It was unbelievable beautiful. I like it because sand is my natural habitat. In Holland we only have sand, so I'm born in it and I love it. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. And it's the sand and the dunes and you ride it, it can't be better. It's echt really the best. I think that compared to Europe's rallies, it's more difficult on navigation, for sure. I think Amageza has it all. Yeah, I could advise go there, and if you do it as a training for doing rallies in Morocco or Dakar or in Europe, I think it's a good solution.
For stage 1 of the 2014 Amageza Rally, competitors enjoyed their first taste of the Kalahari semi-desert terrain. A combination of scattered thornfelt and undulating grass dunes, competitors needed to maintain their concentration on the challenging riding terrain while managing their navigation and fuel for this long special section.
I'm sitting here on the road where I've missed a turn-off, so I got out just past the finish without getting to the finish, so I'm almost out of fuel and I'm hoping for a good Samaritan to get me a bit of fuel.
The overnight bivouac was at Askam, situated in the area known as the Green Kalahari, 10 kilometers from the Botswana border and 60 kilometers from the world-famous Kalahari Transfrontier Park. This is the land of one of the world's ancient tribes, the Komani San.
The dunes were amazing, the thick sand, and at times it was like being on a roller coaster. You just held the bike flat out and let it run through those whoops and corners. It was fantastic, really great day.
Stage 1 saw Henty Hanekom have a strong day in the sand, followed by the experienced rally rider Albert Hintenaars and last year's 12th place Dakar rally rider Rian van Niekerk. Stage 2, Askam to Kakamas, 328 kilometers, liaison 196 kilometers, special 132 kilometers.
I left the UK for my trip down to Africa just over a year ago. And I actually, by accident, bumped into some guys in Morocco that were going out to watch the Amageza Rally. So I didn't have any plans. I went out to Amageza and watched the rally and actually followed the rally for the whole week. Talked with the guys and it kind of got me interested in rallying. And I didn't really think too much more about it. But as I travelled down, I asked a couple of friends here if they knew anything about a rally in South Africa. And then the answer came back about the Amageza. So that's when I signed up. So I started the race now with something like 55,000 kilometers on a 2013 bike. So it's seen a few rough roads. The salt pans were beautiful, and even the dunes they were beautiful, and they were interspersed with kind of flat areas as well. So you could kind of have a bit of a breather or look around, and it was nice. Day 2 was the navigation wasn't too tricky, but it was quite tough sand riding. So it was more a test of riding skill.
Stage 2 was huge sand. It was basically just a massive ride south over successive waves of dunes, which big red sticky Kalahari sand, and that was pretty tough. Stage 2 was I think that was where it really got, okay, now we're in a bit of a rally. Crashing is, you're dressed for it. It's expected. Really, there's not much you can do than just go, all right, well, nothing's broken on me or the bike, and dust yourself off. Take a deep breath, chill maybe, drink of water, make sure the bike's fine. Very energy sapping to have to pick up the bike again. So there's a bit of a a snowball effect that happens. So it's pointless jumping straight on and having a go, getting cross about it. You've got 5 days, 4 minutes of lying in the sand, looking up and contemplating the world from another angle is not going to cost you much, and it's probably going to be really good for you in the long run. So part of rallying, I suppose. Even the best crash, they all fall off at some stage. There is a saying, if you're not crashing, you're not trying hard enough.
Stage 2 crossed 3,000-year-old barren salt pans and giant red dunes, where the bone-dry air can suck every molecule of moisture from man and machine. For those who successfully overcame these daunting conditions, they arrived in the town of Kakamas, located on the banks of the mighty Orange River and home of the renowned Ograbis Falls.
I think tomorrow will be a bit, is going to be long. It's a 500-kilometer stage, so it's going to be very challenging for the guys. Yeah, it's quite nice running these international events in South Africa for a change, not having to go over to Dakar or to Abu Dhabi or whatever to go and have to compete there and have these type of style events over here, which is all about navigation and not just about speed. So we're looking forward to a good rally and hopefully to get all 4 bikes in. The spinning spanners is probably one of the biggest parts of the rally, making sure the rider gets home mechanically. So the riders trust us a hell of a lot they entrust their machines with us. So there's a lot of behind the scenes work in terms of mechanical work, making sure the bike gets prepped, and basically it's a full service for the next day like it was in the bike shop. If it's work until 2 o'clock in the morning, we do that. Whatever's necessary, sometimes throughout the night if you need speed.
Stage 2 saw Henty Hanekom and Rian van Niekerk fighting it out up front, and Thomas Eich having a fantastic day in the dunes, finishing in 3rd for the stage. Stage 3, Kakamas to Springbok, 522 kilometers, Liaison 270 kilometers, Special 252 kilometers. Stage 3 would see the longest special section, with a race distance of 252 kilometers, starting with super fast open sections, becoming rugged kloofs, deep canyons and very challenging navigation.
I recognized a few of the sections, and it was very, very fast at the beginning, very, very fast, and actually too fast for me actually. But I kept up and then eventually caught up with some of my friends who were lost. We eventually actually hooked up with Rian van Niekerk, was coming from the front, and he was a bit lost as well, and about 10 people that were following him. So then we rode with him for a while, and it was incredible actually to ride behind him. He's so fast and navigates so well. Everyone behind him was just following him. They weren't navigating at all, they were just following him.
As a tourism guy in Pella, it's for me a privilege to have you here as Amageza. Today they are giving 2 computers to 2 of our schools. One school in Badbank and the other school here in Pella. And all I can say today is thank you.
Stage 3 was all about navigation. It really came down to who could navigate the best. Unfortunately, I found that very challenging. With a few mistakes here and there, I ended up with 2 other guys, Vannon and Adrian. We stuck together, and I think the 3 of us made a fantastic team. It was interesting. using a road book. It's the first time for me. I've practiced before, but it's the first time in an event I've ever used a road book, and really to get an idea of using your cap headings to make sure you go in the right directions, making sure your ICO is calibrated to your road book, and making sure it's in line, and you know where you're going and where the turns are, because it is so easy to be just 50 meters out and carry on going and miss a turn. I think waypoints are invaluable. If you don't have your waypoints in your GPS, you are going to be really lost. All in all, it was interesting. I think I had a few penalties for missing a few parts of the route, but definitely for me it was an interesting challenge, and a long day in the saddle as well.
Tough routes, I must say. I mean, I'm not a professional. I've been riding bikes for the last 40 years, but Amageza is something different.
I got totally lost, spent 2 hard hours in the riverbed and totally exhausted myself, and eventually I pulled out. So that's me. I didn't finish the last bit. It's disappointing, very disappointing.
A very long day in the saddle for many riders. Henty was caught by the navigation, but still managed to finish in 10th for the stage, with Gideon Joubert winning the stage, followed by Gavin Morton and Greg Raff. Stage 4, Springbok to Sutherland, 561 kilometers. Liaison 390 kilometers. Special 171 kilometers. Stage 4 was a marathon stage for the 2014 Amageza Rally, and carving a path towards the high altitude town of Sutherland.
I think the most important thing in the Amageza Rally is to make sure your bike makes it to the end. So it's a marathon stage. We did have a DSP earlier that before we got to the end of the stage, that we could service bikes, but if you're going to hammer your bike for 550 kilometers and then have to do the same the next day, the chance of you having a mechanical is good, and you've got no one to fix it. So on the liaisons today, I sat very slow. I took a chill. It's not an enduro. It's not a WFO or a flat-out race. It's a marathon thing. The whole thing is a marathon stage. So actually, you've got to conserve your bike.
The last time team support crews saw their riders was at the de-restricted service point in Calvinia. From this point onwards, everyone was moto male to the end of the rally in Cape Town.
You're going to take it easy. I mean, we're in Africa and it is quite dangerous out there. So at the moment, I'm really enjoying it, and it's been good training for Dakar.
It's a real rally. It's navigating and not only high speed, a few technical things, and also sand. It's like we have in Holland. I love it. It's good.
Sutherland is home to the South African Large Telescope. Next door to the observatory, you'll also find Salpeterkop, an extinct volcano and the last active volcano in Africa south of the equator. Competitors were hosted by the local Sutherland School for their marathon stage, food and bedding. Vehicles were securely locked away in the Rally Park Fermé, while riders got busy with their final stage preparations. Henty was back in form for Stage 4, with Roger Kane Berman and Greg Raff making up the top 3. Simon Schimmel, one of the Dutch riders, had a great stage, finishing in 8th. Stage 5, Sutherland to Cape Town, 372 kilometers, liaison 286 kilometers, special 86 kilometers. With the final race stage from Sutherland to Cape Town, much was to be gained or lost, depending on the race standings and competitor strategy.
Compared to Europe's rallies, it's more difficult on navigation for sure. The terrain is very varied, meaning some rallies in Europe are only rocky, other rallies in Europe are only forest, and another rallies are on military terrain, meaning Amageza has all. Amageza has and rock, and sand, and dunes, and it has it all. And navigation. That's the best you can do.
The special ahead was quite an interesting, almost dangerous. Lots of deep holes and dongas that you really could fall very hard into. Myself, I fell into at least two of them, coming a bit too fast and not realizing they're there. And I saw a few other riders do the same thing. So you had to really take it quite easy, but actually beautiful vistas, beautiful stage to finish the whole event off in.
There's foreign guys here at the moment that came to do it. I mean, Rian van Niekerk is doing it. He's our top rider in South Africa for this sort of thing, and it has that ability. Absolutely, it's growing. It's getting better every year. It's growing in length every year. I think the guys are going to be saying, you know, that it's on their list of races to do every year, if not training for the Dakar as an alternative to it. We've got Namibia right on our doorstep, Botswana right here. It's the perfect position to do that sort of thing.
The men and machines were showing the physical scars from successfully fighting through more than 2,000 kilometers of grueling African terrain and unique Amageza Rally Challenge.
Into the special, my navigation tower started vibrating back and forward like crazy, and then I stopped to fix it with cable ties, and then I stopped the next in the 5Ks after, and bolts started falling out everywhere, and then for about the last 40-50 Ks I've been riding with one hand holding my navigation tower.
Surrounded by the Cape's historical charm, culture, architectural heritage, and one of the most striking mountain silhouettes in the world, Table Mountain, the toughest of the tough rally competitors dug deep for the required physical and mental endurance to see them arrive at the finish, Eden-on-the-Bay in Big Bay, Cape Town.
Quite happy I made it all the way down to Cape Town and down to the beach where we definitely dipping my feet into just now. So definitely a nice place to chill out for after the race and just recover a little bit before you head back to what now will be a boring day job.
A short Stage 5 special section saw Rudy van der Merwe take the stage from Eamon Sullivan and Gideon Joubert. After 5 rally stages, 2,000 kilometers of awe-inspiring terrain, the 2014 Amageza Rally ended with Rian van Niekerk taking overall third, Albert Hintenau second, and Henty Hanekom clinching the top position on the podium. Bye-bye now from the Amageza Rally. We hope you'll join us again for another crazy Southern African cross-country rally challenge in 2015.